Yo, what's going on, guys? GM. Hope you're having a good morning. Finally got this thing upgraded a little bit. Got a little bit of the intro, the branding, working things out. But we are live on the arena as well. So this is the first time we're doing the X, YouTube, and live. So shout out to all you guys that are watching. If you could repost this, get more people into it, definitely would appreciate it. But you're going to be working on this today to kind of get some of the kinks out. It was a little bit of a late start, just kind of getting things connected here. But so far, so good. So far, so good. And I think everything looks good. I think the volume's good. Anybody in the chat, let me know. Everything sound good? Give me a mic check, and we'll see how we got this thing hooked up. I think I got my. It's going to be a busy ass day. I have a call at 9 o'clock with a gaming company. You guys definitely probably have heard about it. You probably know the dev, but they're building a team out, and somebody I've worked with before. So I submitted my my info for the intern position and potentially full time. I even said I'd be willing to relocate. I was like, look, let's hook it up. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. What's going on, Des? GM. You're up early for not working today. Guess you didn't have too wild of a night last night. Man, look, I've been talking to this company, Faucet. They're doing some really cool stuff. It's like a Web3 version of Shopify. Looking forward to having them on potentially this Sunday. I got to double check all of that, but let me make sure everything's good here as far as volume. Looks like everything's good to go. You guys can hear me loud and clear. Got a Calendly notification just popped up. I guess that's just a reminder for my call. I'm gonna just let that keep popping up because I got unless they canceled. That's another. Let me double check that. All right, so we will take a look at the charts in a second here, but let me do the intro and we'll get this thing going. All right, so if this is your first time tuning in, guys, I'm SMS. This is GM Chat. I host a couple different shows from the SMS Live kind of just platform. The next one during the day is the Daily Show, but usually start these Monday through Friday. 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can tap into the European side of things and the other side of the world a little bit, just kind of cater to them and everybody on the East Coast getting up. You know, this is typically your rise and grind kind of situation. So I like to start off with a quote of the day, just make sure everybody's mindset that's tuned in is kind of on the same wavelength. I believe in like frequencies and energy, and I feel like kind of putting this out there, it definitely has an impact on people, especially if you're open to kind of listening to it. But the quote of the day is to raise your standard. We'll tap into that a little bit more and talk about it, but most people settle for less because it's easier. Easy isn't always the best option. If you want real progress, you got to expect more from yourself and the world around you. So bottom line, like people say, you know, don't expect too much, but like don't be that guy. I say it differently. I say, no, expect more. Like believe that there's more in there. Believe that you can do more. You know, having the mindset that there's always a chance to do one more, like you do one more rep or one more post, one more video. Like what is your competition and your ops? Like, you know, Elon and Musk, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, but you know, who's doing one more than the other? It's just something to keep in your mind, and that mindset will at some point, maybe not every single time, and it's not like an ego thing, or you don't got to be pretentious towards it or whatever. It's just a standard for yourself. Like I always do one more. I'm willing to raise that standard. When I was just talking to someone last night doing an interview, and hold on. I'm kind of dying, but we were talking about shit, and it was like, how'd you get into content, why, and all of that, and what made you continue to keep doing it? And I was like, well, I didn't know, what the standard was for crypto content or whatever the hell I was doing, NFT content at the time. There wasn't really a standard as far as I knew. I just knew that I could get out here and do it. And maybe it wasn't the best, it wasn't the most glamorous stuff, but like, if that was my standard, I knew that I could continuously improve that. Like each day, one more video, one more rep, one more, just raise the standard, raise the quality. And like over time, I got to a point where, it's clear. We have a nice mic. Everything is good to go. I was fortunate for some of the people that helped me along the way, but I just took it in stride. And one thing that Gary Vee says is like, fuck fancy. Don't worry about being fancy. And I firmly believe that if you decide to kind of let nature kind of take its course, it's going to help you out a lot. As far as that goes. Oh wait, the Yap space is right now. I thought that was 8 p.m. This international shit is fucking me up a little bit. But anyway, just raise your standards and work your mindset, your goals, and that's how you level up day by day. Just a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot. But I'm SMS content or crypto content creator focused on the Solana ecosystem, working to keep Solana simple for everyone. I know that the arena is on AVAX, but I'm from Solana. That's home. That's my heart. But hey, if we're going to be in the arena, I'd be inclined to learn a little bit more. I had Jason Desimone on before the stages were even a thing. They weren't even implicated into the app. It was just simply a social app, and it was very, very early on that back in August. So might try to find a way to get in touch with him, maybe bring him up here, have a little conversation, catch up, and pick up where we left off. It's almost been an entire year since that conversation. But I was very early into the arena. I just didn't understand and was focused on some other things at the time. But Alec, shout out to Alec if you're watching. He's the homie that he was actually going to bring me up and help me kind of get this stuff set up, because I needed to pay for the paid version of Restream, and I was able to put things together yesterday. It's been rocky, guys, but you just keep showing up and you keep going. And that's the thing about this whole entire journey, whether you're in here for trading content, whether you're in here for just fucking around making a hobby, you're a founder, a project, protocol, whatever you're doing, just know that like it's ups and downs, and you're never gonna have that straight even keel thing. That shit's boring anyway. So just make sure you're having fun with this. But again, I'm SMS, Solana Made Simple, is something I started back in 2021. I've been pushing forward with that ever since, and I kind of rebranded, or not rebranded, but I pulled everything together for all my other platforms, because I post daily across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, as well as X. So SMS Crypto is the way you can find it, everything on there. I have a link tree that is in my bio on the state or on the arena and on X, depending on what platform you're using. But if you click that, you'll be able to follow along. And I do appreciate it if you do follow there, because it helps keep everything connected. And if there's something that you guys want to see, if you have any, any feedback, I'm always open for that too. So don't be worried. And I think I'm going to bite your head off if you say, dude, you suck. I don't care. That's fine. Maybe tell me why I suck, and we'll get better at it. But if it's stuff that you like, you want to see more of, I'd be more than happy to, start looking into it, help, cater to the audience a little bit, because I think that, you guys make this what it is. I can come out here and talk for hours, but you guys give me more context. I can help dive in and help keep it simple in some way, shape, or form. But my goal with Spaces and Stream is content is to highlight people like you guys and the networks that we work on, the ones building, sharing, and shaping the future of crypto and Web3. And I am going to cut this out a little earlier. I don't have this set up where you guys can listen to the space as well. I want to get that set up so you can listen to the spaces at the same time. Well, I might be able to, but I'm not going to fuck around with it this morning just because I don't have it rolling smooth. But at least we got this set up. We're going to be having some, commercials and potential sponsors coming up. But if you guys are watching and you got, again, a project, a protocol, you got a podcast, or let's say you just have a space and you want to advertise it, get more eyes on it, and direct, some of the network and the audience I have over to your stuff, let me know. Maybe we can work something out, because if it aligns, we'll put together a commercial and you guys see what it is. But this is an old one. This is back when I was, creating on another angle and working with a different blockchain. But I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at, or what I'm talking about when it comes to like commercials and stuff like this. I don't remember exactly how this one looks, so let's just take a look together. Okay, we'll just call it quits right there. All right, but you see what I'm saying? I use clips from different projects, different things that I really like to invest my money, not just stuff on there just for shits and giggles, but it's stuff that I want to talk about. And Bonk is definitely a coin that I've been talking about since day one. One of the best performing videos I've ever done is related to Bonk, but that's what I meant by like commercials and little ads and stuff like that, and bringing it up, making it a segment, making it something where you guys can hang out. You can get a little bit of info. Maybe there's different things that have referrals and stuff like that. But those are kind of things that you know, I like to make these streams. I don't want it to always be just the gambling bullshit. During the another thing, if you guys are watching, you ever want to join in, you can simply just ask. I'll give you the link. You can join the conversation. You can be your PFP, or you can look like yourself, just like me. Simple as that. It's not a big deal. And if you're new to streaming and you want to try it out, fucking come out here and grab the wheel. I really don't care. If you make some mistakes along the way, that's even better because we can learn from them and talk about it and help you out. But that's one of the biggest things I think. You're seeing everybody finally seeing like, oh, maybe we should get into video content. No fucking shit, dude. Like, what do you think YouTube's been doing for the last 10, 15 years? And why do you think that was so successful? Because it's a real field. There's people behind the fucking camera, not just these PFPs. And if it's just a PFP for you, that's your thing. Cool, whatever. We'll work with it. But I'm telling you right now, the video stuff is there's a reason I started and was willing to just grind with nobody looking, because I got better and I wasn't out in the public. So it gave me the reps and the opportunity to see what works, what doesn't work, and what I like and what I don't like. I definitely carved out a niche for myself as far as content creation and live streaming. And what I talk about isn't always what everybody wants to, not always what they want to, but it's not what you expect. You're rarely going to see me on anything, gambling or pump fun, unless they're going to pay me to do it. Shit, I'll bring it up here and then hopefully we win and I can give back to you guys. Like, that's the coolest part about doing that. But for the most part, I want to talk about what I see going on. And like I said, keeping things simple and shape or share the people, projects, protocols, and the conversations that are shaping this future. Because one of the biggest things I think that you have to understand is there's no curriculum for this. We are literally the living curriculum of how somebody learns to get into this. Each year it's growing and developing, more and more. Like, just look at, for instance, Seeker and Solana Mobile, the way that's coming out. Like, I didn't realize, and it totally worked for Quailcomm. And seeing that, it's like, oh shit, no wonder he wants to make Solana Mobile. Like, he wants to be the Quailcomm of Web3 essentially, but it's going to be Solana Mobile, right? So you just gotta you start to look at things on a different perspective, I guess. It's like probably more of a passion for him, but he has such a dope thing with what we got here, and I think that Jason shares a very similar sentiment with that. Building something that was needed, not something that you're trying to sell, and that solves a problem. Those are the things that last. And me coming over here, it's something where I can help share kind of what we see and what we do every day, and it kind of helps shape the future. And again, if you guys want to join the conversation, I can have up to 10 of you homies in. Well, I guess 9. You could add in here. I'm probably going to be helping Dogamy. I forget. Is that how you say it? The guy I did the interview with last night. I'm going to be helping him with some of his live streams just because he does spaces with art. And I was like, well, why don't you just do it this way? And if you don't want to dox yourself, well, just hit this button. You can still talk and share your shit. And, watch, I'll show you. You can have multiple things up like this. And I mean, I knew this, but I guess not everybody did. So you can imagine that this would be 2 separate people talking right here. Do it like this. And then you can bring up the artwork type thing. So this would be, we'll bring this up. We'll call this art this morning. But we will take a look at this, and I'm going to probably jump out because I want to catch that space about the Yap keys. But this is what I mean. So 2 people up here, imagine me and another guy talking about artwork, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea? You see what I'm saying? Simple as that. And that's what I like to do here, is keep things simple. But as far as content, how you guys can stay in touch and stay up to date with what I got going on, every single morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm rocking out with the GM chat just to get your day started, mindset, kind of motivation, and also take a look at the charts like we're about to take a quick look at too. You're not going to see me doing some like pencil pushing, super fucking nerdy charting. We're going to have fun with it. And there's a reason, because like it's not supposed to be exact to the T. It's supposed to be in a way that gives you a reference and an indicator. because it changes in the snap of a finger. It's never going to be exactly how you plan it out, and there's always going to be some deviation. There's going to be a little bit of a difference that you have to be willing to pivot and adjust to. So that's one of the reasons we start in the morning, and I catch up to speed with like this stupid news going on around the world, like Donald Trump beefing with Elon Musk, tattletaling. Like they sound like a bunch of pussies, to be honest with you. Like this is shit that you don't want to hear about. Like, well, if you say this, I'm gonna do that, and then you did this. It's like, motherfucker, you were in the same room together doing the same shit. It's like somebody knew what they were doing before they got to, this point, right? That's just how I see it. But anyway, other than that, we have the SMS Live, the Daily Show. It's Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we rock it out and we talk about what's going on again. But the other thing about the Daily Show is I like to bring on guests and do one-on-ones and talk about the people in the space really doing some cool shit, or someone that I just want to elevate and kind of give them a little bit of a boost so they get more eyes on them, so people see what they're doing. Quicks is somebody that gave me an opportunity early on in my career here, so he was the one that I brought back when I was doing the one-on-ones, and then I brought on Balsa, amazing creator, awesome dude. And it's also people like that you can learn a little bit from. You learn their story, the background, see their perspective of the game, see what makes them tick. He's a music engineer. I think that's what you call those fucking people. I don't know. He does, the mastering for the volumes and stuff like that. Hold on, I'll show you exactly. Like another thing about this guy, as I say it all the time, get index cards or a notepad, take some notes down, because you'll forget stuff as we go through. But let's see, brick by brick, building foundation, small efforts build towards a goal. Engaging hacks are empty value, Gundam anime spaces 24/7 branding. Yeah, I don't know. These are just some notes I had. Nothing that I was looking for. But Boss is the G, dude. I like what he does, and if you don't follow him, BAWSA, make sure you give him a look. And again, that's somebody that typically people in this space are like, they're very competitive. They want to take the attention. It's like, yeah, everybody's gonna want to do that, but like, support the homies, man. Like, support people doing cool shit. Like, would that potentially be something that crosses over with a space or a time for me at some point? Yeah. Will I be upset if you check him out? No, I was the one that told you about him if you didn't know about him already. Same with any of these other guys or these projects or these stuff, things that are going on. If it's ever just something that's completely paid that I'm not aligned with, I'm probably not going to do it, to be honest with you. Anything that I'm talking about is something that I really do fuck with. And yeah, I can stand behind it. That's one thing, is just being very real and authentic with it. And the last but not least, guys, simply chilling it was Sundays and Wednesdays, but man, I have been struggling to put spaces together. So instead of fucking getting off the gas, we're just gonna pour more fucking gas onto the fire. So I'm doing them every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna alternate from stage to spaces. Last night was stages, completely new crowd of people, nobody I fucking ever spoke to in my life before, but we had, I guess 20-30 people overall kind of came through there. No real point to that one, just kind of getting things going and dusting the wheels off, just making sure I had everything set up. I'm still not too familiar and acquainted the way I am with spaces, but I'm just gonna keep doing them. Like I said, raise your standard and start with that. That's one of the things I can do, is just show the fuck up, and it doesn't have to be knocking it out of the park, but it will get better over time. And that's something that I'm looking to do, and looking forward to connecting with some of you guys that are on the other platforms as well. I think that that's one of the fun ways to really pull this whole thing together. So enough with that last thing I'm going to share with you, and then take a look at Bitcoin, and I'm going to tap into that space. I do want to hear what they're talking about. I'm also the artist and founder of the Web3 Underdogs. It's a one-on-one art collection that is on Solana, and it's only available by commission. The thing about this project, guys, I guess I can share wherever my screens are. Actually, let me see if I can pull this up, and maybe we can listen to this together. Let's just see if this works. Start listening. Pull this up. I didn't think about this till just now. Replace screen sharing with this.
Okay, perfect. As long as everyone heard
Perfect.
my
Fuck yeah.
late afternoon rant, I think we're good to go. But yeah, I'm back. Let's keep rolling.
Cool.
Oh, this is sick.
So yeah, I'm just giving some updates. But if you want to do some other updates, I can talk about it later.
Okay, fantastic. Well, yeah, I think we can jump into a couple more platform and product updates later. And for anyone that's just recently joined that may not have heard the first late afternoon rant, my name is Jay, host here at Yap Talk. We will announce last week's allow list winner at the end of today's spaces. There is another allow list allocation available for this week. In order to be eligible, all you need to do write a nice post about Yap Market V2 and tell us at least one feature that you would like to see on the platform. And yeah, again, without further ado, we can jump a little bit into the Yap Keys utility. I know there are some OG community members here and some OG Yap Market Yappers that may have been following the utility story from day one, but I also know there's a lot of new supporters, a lot of new people on board that really like to hear.
Yap Keys are really dope, guys. I did a video on these,
you know, maybe
and
why we chose the utilities of this.
Yeah, dude. If you don't know what this is, I would definitely follow them.
You know, these 2 weeks felt like months ago. I think we've got a lot of things done in the past 2 weeks, but it's been a great ride so far. Utility number one is early access to jobs. NFT holders will have early access to specific jobs as well as exclusive access for NFT holders as well for certain campaigns, meaning that there will be campaigns that will only be available to NFT holders as well as jobs where NFT holders will get early access. And you know, the reason we went down this route is quite simple. We're all about giving value both back to projects but back to builders as well as to yappers. You know, we feel if we can have a core group of supporters that are you know, convicted enough in what we're doing, that want to own this NFT, you know, they get
all right, so this right here, if you guys see the screen right here, you can actually click on these things, these view more, and if there's a balance left on these, you're able to claim the Kaido, like this one right here. I'm probably not going to get a lot because I haven't been really yapping a lot, but this will allow you to actually get paid for your posts. And I made a video of this on YouTube, so like if you're like posting on X as it is and you're learning about these projects, protocols and stuff, this stuff will actually allow you to, well, that link broke, that's sick. I love when that happens. It'll allow you to actually get paid for your post in Kaido, and Kaido is, you know, a volatile asset. Obviously it's gonna, you know, go up and down in price, but when I made my post, they doubled. So like a $15 post turned into $30 some, just one post, and that was pretty sick. That's, you know, that's the kind of shit you want. You want to get paid for doing what you're already doing, right? The Carter 6. What? All right, maybe we won't visit a bunch of websites because the internet's not liking me right now from doing that. I'm breaking the internet. This is funny. All right, do that. I need to share my screen again because it's not showing. Okay, there we go. Let's pull that back up. Come on. Sure. I guess we'll just listen in and not try to do a bunch of shit this time.
To exclusive access to.
Stop sharing. All right, last try, and then I'm getting off here so I can actually pull up and listen to this shit. Because holding one of these keys, you get airdrops, you get rewards. It's a loyalty kind of thing.
We actually like ask projects not to use the system for some time because we are rolling out V2, and that was even more powerful and, you know, useful. So there are a lot of projects lined up, and we are slowly onboarding them. You will see more, and we already have like 7 just this week, and then there are many lined up, bigger ones.
Brilliant, fantastic stuff. And yeah, you know, myself included, Shiva and the rest of the Yap Market team, as Shiva said, although Yap Market may have been closed for business on the front end, it was definitely open for business on the back end. So we're going to continue to onboard these new campaigns. We've got a lot of pretty exciting, slightly different campaigns in the pipeline as well. So yeah, everyone stay tuned, and I'm sure in the next couple of weeks these Yap keys are going to come in very handy as well. And I think that brings us on to utility number 2, Yap keys as an NFT collection. And I think you know, we've got a strong enough community, and from all of you guys that we've seen such incredible support so far. And I think, you know, once the collection launches, once we continue to spread the good word of Yap Market, the demand for these NFTs is only going to increase. You know, we're going to see people selling these NFTs, we're going to see people buying these NFTs, and ultimately all of this is, well, what this is doing is it's generating volume. And with volume, with NFTs, comes a thing called royalties. Now, this is not something that is 100% necessary or 100% obligatory in terms of releasing an NFT collection. But the reason we chose to have royalties attached to it is because these royalties are not for us. These royalties are going to be added as a utility and flowing back to NFT holders every month as well, either in the form of Kato, and we've got a couple other ideas as well. But I think holding one of these Yap keys will ultimately come down to a vote and work out the best way to redistribute these royalties from the collection every month as well. So just another little signal, giving back to our early supporters, giving back to the people that are going above and beyond for the project, for the platform, you know, taking the risk in inverted commas and holding one of these keys, unlocking as many doors as possible, and a little
That's fucking bullish
extra as well in the form of revenue share and from the royalties generated. So another one I really like, a utility that I think you know, was maybe overdone a couple years ago. You know, a lot of NFT collections came out and this was the only utility that revenue and royalties would be shared. But we don't want to focus too much on this, and it's more just a cherry on the top, a little something extra on the side. And you know, hopefully we're going to see great volume with this collection. Hopefully there's going to be incredible demand outside of our Yap Market community, which I think there might be. And yeah, Yap keys holders will benefit. We think it's a really nice one. Anything from your side on revenue share, Shiva?
Yeah, no, that I think that you covered it well. You know, our goal is to bring back to the community who is supporting us from day one. You know, one of the feedback we receive from our community is that it is quite intuitive and very simple to use the platform. You just come, see the opportunities, and if you like it, you participate, click join, and there you go. Like, you tweet and money will be there in your wallet once the campaign completes, airdrop, right? So a key, and that gives you, you know, passive income. Once in a while you get that revenue airdrop to you in terms of Kaito without doing anything. So we want to give that little surprise back to the community.
Fantastic. And yeah, I think it's just
that's kind of amazing that they're doing that, to be honest with you.
So much for us in the short time we've been building. We would like to reciprocate that, and just as Shiva said, give as much back to the community as possible. But quick one, everyone, guys and girls, ladies and gents, before we move on to utility number 3, I just want to remind all of you to please go ahead, give the spaces a like, a comment, a share, tell your friends, tell your family. Just remember that there is one allow list allocation slot available as a prize from this.
You hear that, guys?
In order
Pull
to
up to the space.
All you need to do, create a post, tag Yap Market, and tell us what you like about V2 of the platform, and tell us what feature you would like to see on V2 of the platform in the next coming weeks, coming months as well. And yeah, we'll be able to announce this most likely in next week's episode, potentially a bit earlier, as we near closer to the launch of Yap Keys. Final date to be announced soon, but it is soon. I think we're safe to say that it will be this month in June. I'm not going to tell you guys and girls exactly when, but yeah,
exciting.
It's coming soon. And that brings us on to utility number 3, exciting one, another utility that is all about giving back to our early supporters, giving back to our community, and that is the $369 allocation of YAPS, our upcoming token per NFT. So as an NFT holder, you will receive $369 worth of YAPS, our upcoming token, launching in the next couple months. Again, date's not 100% finalized, but it will be this year, and it will be relatively soon. And we've got a couple internal milestones we'd like to reach before we feel confident enough and feel like we've earned the right to launch a token and earned the reason to launch a token. As Shiva mentioned, and as some of you might have seen, one of these internal goals is distributing $500,000 worth of Kato, and we're well on our way to that goal already. So that's it. Utility number 3, $369 of YAPS airdrop per NFT per holder. And again, just another token of our appreciation, showing a little bit of gratitude. And this token is obviously going to have a very strong utility within our ecosystem, and not giving too much away, but we are building a very upgradable product. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Take that as you wish. And obviously the token is going to play a very important part in building this product forward and building your ability to earn and grow within the YAP market platform.
Yeah, this is not something many people ask, but we still thought it's a good thing to do. The thought behind is pretty simple. I think by now most of you know that the mint price is going to be $369, and we thought, well, why don't we give this back in terms of the app token when we launch the whenever we do the TGE. It's going to be in couple of months. We don't know exact date, we haven't decided. Again, we have set some internal goals, and once we reach, we announce the date. But yeah, whoever is, it's not a financial advice, but if you put your money buying the NFT with 369, we thought we'll just give it back, so there's no loss in terms of that, even if you don't use any of the other utilities. So that's the thought behind it.
100%, and I think Shiva explained that perfectly. We want to make sure that we are giving as much as we're getting, and again, just like Shiva said, NFA, not financial advice. We thought this was an incredibly strong way to signal that we want to give back as much to our community as our community is giving to us. So that brings us on to utility number 4, and kind of similar to utility number 3. However, this will be a monthly competition. Not monthly, an epochly competition. And how long this epoch is, we actually haven't announced publicly yet. But what we are doing is we are looking for key contributors, community members, projects, builders, yappers, again, that are going above and beyond to support what we are doing, to give back to the platform, to help us grow the platform, and to pick up the slack maybe when we aren't there. Combination of these things. We're looking for those really truly stellar and loyal community members who every epoch we will be giving away $3,690. So that is 369 with a 0 at the end worth of YAPS allocation, and we will have a couple of these winners before our TGE. Not too many, but not too little. There'll be more than one, but less than 10 of these winners. So a little bit of alpha, that's what we're looking for. Again, it's we couldn't be where we are without you guys. There's already so many community members going above and beyond, creating demos, creating video content, introducing us to projects, introducing us to yappers. So we thought this might just be a really nice way to honor it, and something fun, something a little bit cryptic, something a little bit vague. I've told you kind of what we're looking for, but there may be some other criteria that pop up should the occasion present itself with utility number 4.
Yeah, I think this is more like a bit of a more fun utility, I would say.
That's
how
fucking
can we
bullish
bring
as
little bit
can
more
be.
fun?
That's
We are
pretty
all
wild.
liking the platform. You guys are earning Kaito, which is amazing. Discovering the interesting projects, learning about new projects, sharing that knowledge with other your followers. This is all good, but what if we add some more fun to it? And that's where this idea has come. Like, let's do something competitive, and people get an extra nudge to go above and beyond to, uh, in a fun way to compete with others, and try to be on top to get some raffle as a prize for once in a epoch. Yeah, that's the idea about this.
Fantastic. Brilliant. And that brings us to utility number 5. But just one last quick reminder before I do, go ahead, show some love. Make sure you have given the space a like, a comment, a share. Tell your friends, tell your family. And remember, if you want to be eligible for that allow list allocation, go create a post about Yap Market. Let us know what feature or features you would love to see us add on V2 over the next couple of weeks. And we'll announce this winner next week and then follow up with last week's winner at the end of the spaces as well. But without further ado, utility number 5, as we announced today, will be exclusive partner rewards for YapKeys NFT holders. And we are already in pretty advanced talks with 2 or 3 projects that are quite willing to reward our NFT holders. And we can't say exactly with how much anything just yet, nor can't we say which projects those are yet. But this is going to be something that is going to become almost like a standard procedure and protocol. We work with a lot of pre-TGE projects, and we built the perfect platform for these projects to be able to get to market using our incredible base.
Holy shit, dude!
And we just thought it would be, really great added value both for us and for these projects to allocate something, towards our strongest supporters, our most loyal participants, and that would be in the form of partner rewards, airdrops, allocations, and there will be a bunch of different shapes and forms that these rewards come in. But like I said, we are in advanced talks and have at least 1 or 2 partner allocations, airdrops / rewards, 90% confirmed for our lovely yappers with these upcoming pre-TGE projects, which is really exciting. And we don't know exactly what it's going to be per project. It's most likely going to be different per project. But again, just something nice. These projects are using our lovely community of yappers to grow themselves, to go to market,
that's nuts.
to gain traction. And it's always nice to give something back again to those who are supporting them on getting to that journey.
Yeah. So with this, so when we started App Market, our goal is to connect builders and appers seamlessly, but also make it more consistent and predictive for our appers, right? In most of the systems are either give points or you have to, you need to become, compete to be on the leaderboard. And if you're lucky, you may get something. We don't know exactly how much, when exactly. So there's a lot of uncertainty. It doesn't mean that these platforms are not good or anything. It's just that we took a different approach. We wanted to make sure if we are asking our appers to put an effort and participate in our campaigns, they should be getting 100% something, right?
Right.
So that is why we started with like a base pay. Okay, now we added variable pay. Still, if you complete, you will get something. When exactly, right after the campaign completion, you'll get it. So that is the kind of consistency and guaranteed pay we would like to offer. Now this utility is okay. What if we go beyond that? Okay, you have a guaranteed reward from the campaigns, but then we are also bringing a lot of value to our projects. Most of them loving it, and they are willing to give their own token allocation, different types of additional rewards. Not every campaign will do, not every project will do, but there are some. Already we have some commitments that they would like to do, and most likely we will announce this in in coming days. Yeah, and you will see how they are like. So that is something we want to do as an additional thing, and on top of what you already getting, which is the Kaito tokens. We always you will always get the base, the core reward, and anything else from this utility is basically on top of it.
Magic, and that's exactly it. You know, this one of the core premises of what we're building is to create this, guaranteed. You know, it's transparent. There's no gray areas. You know, okay, this is what I am likely to earn. You know, this is what when I'm likely to earn it. You know, you don't have to potentially wait 3 months, hope you're on a leaderboard, hope you don't fall off the leaderboard. And we wanted to do that from our product side. And now we've seen, again, as Shiva said, there's definitely an appetite from these projects that we're working with to do the same thing. You know, we've had such great feedback from some of the pre-TGE projects we've worked with already. You know, there's some projects that just working with the app market has managed to get them onto mindshare leaderboards. And, you know, this is going to continue to grow and continue to scale. And again, we thought it was a really nice nuance.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to shit. All right, so well, what they're talking about right now, the stuff that they're going to be rewarding people for doing, and what it's driving is the attention, and it's also getting people to basically market and work from. Well, the thing about this is if you don't get like a ranking on a leaderboard, or you don't have the mind share to hit some of these reward tiers, well, Yap Market is making this available for you just to you can earn yaps from just like posting. You don't have to be ranked with mindshare. You can still just interact. So like you can be a small account and easily, well, I wouldn't say easily, simply, rather, earn yaps, and yaps accordingly, like however many you have on an average from 30 days, you will be rewarded, via your contribution with the Yap Market. And now it is dynamic and it does change for everybody. So like my first ones were much, much higher than they are now. I don't think I've earned, a bunch of yaps at all in the last like 30 days. So it'll be significantly low, but I am picking up as many jobs that they have here. So something like this, it tells you exactly the overview, the campaign overview, what you're supposed to do, and the narratives that you should use. So like even if you think that this is like stupid, it's low, or you don't agree with it, or it's gonna mess your brand up, you have to think about it like this. It gives you a chance to learn some new fucking shit and like just do something a little bit different. And if you don't like it, you don't fucking like it. But there's a reason behind it, not just to farm engagement. This is a direct correlation to like I can spend my time here learning, talking, and sharing this info and growing who I am and what I am doing, my contributions to the space, not just shit posts and stuff like that. Like they're fun, trust me, get it, I get it, I'm with you. All right, so look at these base reward reserve. Like this is just the base of what I would get, I assume, is what they're saying. 0.38, 0.44, 0.44, all of that together. Yeah, it's not going to be much at all. Am I going to kill myself all day long to do this? No, not at all. But I'm definitely going to contribute. So the last 30 days have made 7.61. So then they divide that based on the payouts. That's how they figure out how much you get. But I'm staking my shit anyway. Whatever I get with these payouts, like I'm just putting it away. It's not supposed to be withdrawn, in my opinion. And plus, supporting what they got will definitely boost and incentivize like what I'm already doing.
Like
So
bring in more projects.
that's
You know,
just
you
little
can
like
bid for,
1-on-1 on what the fuck is the
some
Yap
projects
Market
and
and
you
how
will
to
be
earn them.
rewarded both points, and also we're thinking of a revenue share. We will share more details about it, how you can help us get more projects. It is pretty simple, actually. This platform is very transparent. The more you guys help projects, everyone benefits, right? They keep using the platform. You guys get rewarded for your efforts. That's the simple cycle, you know.
Yep.
So we also want to give that opportunity for you to bring and get the have the skin in the game, get the rewards and additional revenue share. Points as well, like we wanted to have some different use cases for the points, and you can earn points, and these points will be eventually converted into app tokens when we launch the tokens. So that's going to be exciting. We are also asking a lot of people like about the notifications, because often they miss when there is a campaign goes live and stuff. So we will roll this out as well very soon. So it will work bunch of different types of notifications when campaign goes live, and when you're about to submit it, if you join, if you haven't, yapped about it in the first 48 hours, it will notify you when there is a payout. Since we are doing airdrop, you wouldn't know when we did how come this kite is sitting in my wallet. So at least we will notify, okay, because of this campaign you received this much of a kite off, so that you can keep track of all that stuff. Yeah, and as we discussed, these features, NFT is just like only sharing top 5, which we definitely want to do it. But on top of it, we will be like unlocking bunch of stuff as well as we go along. Yeah, that's I think very high level what we want to do in terms of the product feature releases.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for those updates, Shiva. And yeah, I can say this from personal experience and from seeing behind the scenes that there's a lot of very exciting things going on. Like Shiva said, we had to prioritize a couple of things before we rolled out our points and referral system. But we know it's been something that you yappers and the community have really wanted. The ability to help us grow the platform, to onboard more yappers. Everyone loves a good old point system. Everyone loves, the gamification of all these lovely tech products that we use every day. So we decided to blend it both, and I think we're going to be delivering something that you guys and girls are all going to be very happy with. So, I don't see any questions. I'm going to announce last week's winner. Just a reminder, if you do have any questions, please don't feel shy. Throw your hand up, get up on stage, and we can take a couple of questions now before the top of the hour. If you are feeling a bit shy and you have some questions, go ahead, throw them in the comments underneath the spaces. We'll be able to get back to them over the next couple of hours as well. But the winner from last week's allow list and for coming up on stage and asking a really great question is Dreamskit. And I see Dreamskit is actually in the spaces with us today as well. Goes a long way. Conviction plays, loyalty pays. So congrats. I will drop you a DM, but feel free to drop me a DM as well. We'll get hold of you. We'll get your wallet address, and we will add you to that allow list. Just one final reminder, if you would like to be eligible for this week's allow list, please go ahead, create a nice little post about Yap Market. Let us know what feature or features you would like to see on version 2. And you may just be lucky enough to win that allow list allocation. And you may even be luckier, and we might even roll out your feature, should it make sense. So, everyone, that's it from me. Thank you so much. Shiva, any final comments from your side? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up and get back to business.
I think there are a bunch of...
Here we go.
Yeah, sorry, it was actually there in the waiting room. I didn't accept as a speaker until now, yeah.
No worries. My apologies. Brilliant. I was getting a little bit nervous there. I was sure we would have some questions. Epic. And Senzi, welcome back. 3rd Yap Talk episode in a row. Really appreciate it. How are you doing? How's your week been? Do you have a question for us?
GM Siva. You guys okay if I don't ask about the YapKey utility and just ask about the Yap.market product in general?
Yeah, go crazy. Questions can be anything related, and the questions aren't for the allow list allocation. We just love to hear questions from you guys. We love to hear your feedback, and we love talking to our community. So go ahead.
Yeah, anything except Elon and Trump fight is fine.
So okay. I think I dropped in the Telegram chat the other day about having the Google Doc for for your users to drop questions that they have questions about, because I noticed there's too many repeated questions for newcomers. It's say I have a question that is not stated there, it's not getting picked up because there's so much noise inside. And I think Siva, you mentioned that you guys will look into setting that out. So I noticed that there's a feedback form that just came out yesterday, but I'm not so sure whether is this supposed to be the response to that request, or is that still in the work for the Google Docs for people to ask questions on the fly and for you guys to reply to consider replying to and including in the FAQ.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for the question and thanks for the suggestion. I like it. Actually, I discussed it internally.
Yep.
Yeah, Uthman is in the audience. I blame him because he's the one supposed to implement that. No, actually, I'm kidding. I told that I will create the form and I will ask him to manage. But because I got so many other stuff, it kind of didn't get to my the top of the to-do list. I will do it. I still like the idea. I think see the now it's good that the coming like there is like 900 people, close to 900 apples in the group. We want to make sure it is a group that is useful for others. For we support each other. So we need to keep the sanity in the group. If we see people won't tune in and they don't open the group itself. We don't want to get to that stage. So I think it's a good idea. We will add that right after this call.
Yeah, thanks. We really appreciate it. I see your mods going crazy, answering the same thing over and over again. Thanks.
Including myself. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, like people are like banging on your like. Okay, anyways, you get it.
Yeah. And thanks for that.
Yeah, the
I
beauty
think
of
there's something else
Web3.
actually.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. I think the other thing is like if I'm not wrong, it takes 4 hours for the I think it's automated system. I don't know how to describe it, right? Basically, you understand
Mhm.
it picks
Yeah.
up in 4 hours the tweets, right? But we
Yeah.
have, if I'm not wrong, we have 48 hours to complete the task upon picking it up, right? So I'm just so one of the feedback that I'm going to give in the Google in the form, the feedback form is about having the countdown for the 48 hours anyways. So I'm not going to talk too much there about here. The other thing I wanted to understand was when does if it doesn't get picked up, my tweet, right, that 4 hours, if let's say I do it in the last say 44 hours and then it doesn't get picked up, am I in trouble here? How, because I'll keep worrying, right? Like say in the last 44 hours that I do this, start writing my first tweet and then it doesn't show up. Yeah, how does it exactly work here actually? Yeah, right? And will the team consider manually like say maybe inputting another manual option for people to input their tweets again, say if it doesn't, this automated thing doesn't work as smoothly as what you guys thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question, and let me ask a couple of things to unpack here. So yeah, 4 hours is the window we set right now. Like every 4 hours, our social listening engine basically scrape through. If you are someone participated in a campaign, then it's basically scrapes the activity and say, okay, this is related to the campaign that you participated, and then it basically inputs a signal into our reward system, and based on the engagement, it will calculate and distribute the rewards right after the campaign completion. 48 hours is the condition we have from the beginning, because if someone is liking someone wants to join.
Man, this is crazy. Like, I'm just trying to ask one question out here.
I decided not to, app about the project. Then we want to make sure at least others can take advantage of it, right? Instead of giving the money back to the project, which is also not great experience for projects, right? So that's the reason we have this, which is if you're not doing it in 48 hours, we unlock that budget to other efforts. Now, why we are not putting this countdown in the UI, even though it makes sense actually, is we're gonna release this. We're gonna remove this condition altogether, because with this new system that we build, we can actually now make sure we will only give the rewards if you do at least one tweet in that campaign, right? So this condition is not required anymore. However, this requires a little bit of little longer work, and that is why we couldn't ship this week, but we are working on removing this. Manual one, again, it's not a preferred option. I know it, we just released this week. It is not perfect, but if you look at from the day one on Sunday when we release, there are a lot of issues, right? Now, by now, 98% of the things are resolved. Like when 98% of the tweets getting detected, all things. There are few edge cases are still missing, and we are working to improve the system so that even those 2% of the cases will not be impacted. So going back to the manual option is not a preferred option. However, if we cannot efficiently and immediately fix this, then we can think of the manual option, so that both the automatic and also
This fucking guy. This might as well just be their space.
Cool. Yeah, that's very fair.
Bro.
Yeah, so I didn't catch the part about the last 4 hours thing. Like, I think you said you will consider it only if like it doesn't catch within over some time, right? But will there be any issue if I do it?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I know. I'm forgetting something. So that one. So the way it works is like you have see, we scrape through the data every 4 hours, right? So if at any point in the campaign duration, let's say if it is to run for 1 week, anytime you tweet and if our system detects, it will be included in the for the reward system. It will be added for additional variable pay for you, right? Only
what about the base one?
No, base one will be fixed.
Like
right?
this shit's not that fucking hard. Make post about the
apps
shit
in
that's
last
on there.
3
Like,
days,
well, I don't understand why they
come and
gotta ask
join.
these stupid ass questions.
You-
Like, I
the
swear to
amount
God, dude.
Proportional to
You're
the
supposed to
number of
just
apps
post
will be
about the
fixed.
shit that you read,
That
that
is
you
your
like, you find
guaranteed pay. As
interesting.
long as you do at
It's
least
like it's
one
not that
tweet,
fucking complicated.
your base is fixed.
But they're trying to
Right?
fucking game it
Within
and
the
like,
48, right?
well, what? How
Within
do I
48
in the
days,
4 hours?
right?
Shut
for
the.
now,
Yeah.
right? Again, like once we remove that, that's not an issue as well. But yes, if within the 48
I just want to ask one
hours, as
question.
long as you do one tweet, you are
And I'm about to just hang up
100%
because I got
getting
shit
that
to do.
base. Now, the variable will change. If you are doing more tweets and if you're getting more engagement, even if you do one tweet, but
Oh
it's a
my
banger, and
God.
you're getting a lot of engagement, you'll still get a good variable. Yesterday, I shared one in the group as an example because a lot of people a bit apprehensive about this variable. Hey, I don't like this. It is actually pretty good. If you are someone who actually putting an effort, right? Even if you're a smaller account, I looked it manually just to make sure to validate my thesis, right? Our thesis, which is I looked at some of the bigger appers and looked at their variable score and the rewards. They are actually getting lesser than smaller account or medium level account who actually made a good post and got the good engagement. And I think that's fair, right? It's fair for the appers and it's also fair for the projects. Why would projects pay for marketing budgets? They pay for bringing the attention, they pay for the engagement that they bring, and it is only fair if you reward.
One
based
last
on
fucking question.
your
Are you
effort
serious?
And who is going above and beyond to make that happen? It is not fair if you're just giving based on historical performance of some app.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks.
I'm
So-
fucking
sorry,
leaving
guys,
this
one
space.
last
We're done.
question. I think in your
Fuck this shit.
one of the articles that you guys wrote
This is the
recently,
bullshit.
it's about
I'm
like
not
you spoke about the
fucking
variable
dealing with
pay
that.
includes like your likes, your engagement,
Wasted
your
fucking 15
impressions,
minutes
your-
trying to get one fucking question to
and
Mister.
etc., right? When
Can't get
there's
his
a
shit
mention about
together.
replies as well.
All right,
There
well,
was something I wanted to understand was
I'm
what if
annoyed,
I
so
replied
I'm gonna go into my meeting and
someone who
bitch
did a
about
post
that to Dean.
the most recent Hemi campaign.
I
From
was
my
gonna
understanding, I think
shut this down sooner
replying
anyway,
to
but I
someone
thought that was
else's
worth
post
listening
is
to.
not
Thanks for that guy for ruining everything
increasing my
and
variable
making
pay, right?
today a terrible
Only
day.
replies to my own post that
you
will
suck.
get me
Just kidding. I'm
the
completely joking.
increase
But
in,
no, I had some good questions that I wanted to ask, but
variable
we'll
pay.
never fucking know what those are.
Yeah, I'll quickly answer and.
All right, have a good day, guys. Let's see. Seems like you're ready to drop kick this dude in the Kmart. Are they just talking? Steve, dude, that's exactly what the fuck I'm saying, bro. Like, hold on, let me get this retarded ass thing off here. Fucking setting up a whole nother phone and setup so this shit. Look, you're supposed to ask one question. Have some fucking couth and etiquette, guys. What the hell is wrong with you? One last question. I've taken 22 fucking minutes to get the 17 first ones out. I have no idea what they're even talking about. Like, I think I can show you and solve this whole riddle of whoa, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, dude. All right, this is what I think he was bitching about. The amount of yaps that you have in the last 30 days, the average is going to be your base reward per whatever the fuck score you get with your shit. And this guy's like, well, how do I get more? Like, fucking be better or something, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. These guys are making it the most fair system in the world, and there's still retards out here like, oh, this isn't fair. Shut the fuck up, dude. This is so stupid. And I'm not even mad about my point. I'm just like, I see people bitching about this all the time. Like, there's finally something that rewards you for doing the stuff that you would be doing anyway. Now it's not good enough, and you need to make it your. But that's the most ungrateful, retarded shit I've ever heard in my life. I can see certain points where make more posts to earn more rewards. Your earnings with this one. Okay. So that one, you see, I earned 13 Kaido for that, and that was like $30 at that point. So, but I definitely had more Kaido at the time, or yaps or whatever. But I haven't been focusing on it, which I might start doing. It's just the way things went with Say and the way things were going with everything in general. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to stay out of this, but I'm going to go hop on this call and see what we can do from there. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for pulling up. This is SMS GM Chat, and I'll catch up with you guys at the Daily Show at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be safe and stay tuned for more shorts. If I get a chance to squeeze something in, you'll see that one. But other than that, click on the link tree. Follow me on X, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram as well. It's SMS Crypto. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.